In the last video I did install the Grady Gracer lip. A lot of controversy with regards to how this lip looks. I still do like it a lot, but as I mentioned in the previous video, we will see if we will do a two-tone color just to make it a little bit more subtle than it is now, but we will see. However, I think the whole concept that I'm trying to reach here with the gloss black parts, I think it will look nice. So we have the gloss front badge and with the lip. And also, obviously, we will have gloss black OEM appearance pack side skirts. So that's the intention of today's video, is to show you how I will install these without drilling anything into any body part that will be visible. So that's the intention, but we'll get to that part. Going back to the gloss black part, so we have the side view mirror, the A-pillars, and if we go towards the back, we do have the eBay special spoiler, which everybody got. And we have gloss black badging here in the back as well, and also the so-called diffuser from the Alter Sport, which is also in gloss black. I think when we have all of it installed, it will give a much more balanced appearance. Previously then I only had the gloss black diffuser, which lowered the car in the rear, but everything else was sitting at OEM height, so to speak, with regards to the skirts at least. Obviously the height of the car is not OEM because we do have coilovers on the car and it is lowered. So the intention is then to show you how I will install these side skirts. As you can see, I have provisionally installed one of them, but it's not fully attached. Then I will show you how I will do that. And the reason for that is mainly you're supposed to make two holes here into the rocker panel, and I don't want to do that. So I have a solution for that, which I think it will work. And as you can see, we have a very nice tight fit here without having anything fully attached yet. So I'll show you what my process is, and you can follow this if you like, or you can do as per the instructions or any other way. But I thought I'll show you how I will do it. With the OEM appearance pack side skirts, you do get very good installation manuals. And I say manuals because it's two different versions as far as I can tell with regards to the same thing. But they are very, very simple to follow. It shows you with pictures what you need to do. And also it does provide what type of tools you would need. So we need a drill, 3, 6, 8, and 9. I will only go up to 9, will not use the 8, and I'll show you just in a second why that is done. That's the whole intention of today's video, more or less. We do need a punch or a hole punch, Phillips screwdriver, fastener remover. A fastener remover is something like this, but you can do it with a flathead screwdriver, and that is just to remove some of the pins that's holding the inner fender liner in place. And also we need a jack nut tool. And I'll show you just in a second what a jack nut tool is, but we do also get then templates we need to cut out, and these we do then tape on the underside of the rocker panel, and that is for so we know where to drill. But we will get to that in just a second. I will not fully use these. I will use these, but not in the way they are intended, more or less. But a jack nut is something similar to this, so these 4 are included in the kit. We do also get hardware that goes into these jack nuts, but before we do install it, we need to make 4 holes then, these 9mm holes which I was referring to. We then use a jack nut tool. What the jack nut tool does, so this is obviously a little bit longer than the ones we have here, but it's the same idea. We do have a screw that's inside of it, and what happens with the jack nut tool is once we have it here and we start decompressing the jack nut, as you can see these wings, then these will clamp onto the back side of the rocker panel and make a nut, we could say or a jack nut then, where we can use the hardware provided to secure the side skirts to the rocker panel. So that's the idea of jack nuts. And if you get such tool, you can then use it if you have drywall or similar to hang up stuff. You can then use a jack nut for that. I'll link to this product down below in the description box. I got mine from Amazon and it was quite cheap. I think I paid $20 or so for that. And the installation process for me then, I will need to use some VHB, 3M VHB tape. I'll show you why. And also, is there anything else? Yes, I will use a step drill instead of using a, what was it, a 3, 6, and 8 and 9mm drills. So I will drill with a step drill. But the idea of today's video then, I want to test my theory out. I have done this on this side skirt here. As you can see, it's installed and ready. The instruction says we need two 8mm holes here, and the reason for that is because we do have two fasteners in these positions. They are not mounted yet. I can show you. So there will be one fastener here and one fastener there, and once we have everything installed and ready, we do have our holes. We do then punch these two fasteners. Then when they are on the side skirt itself, we'll punch them in the hole, and it will hold this rear end of the side skirt to the car. However, I don't want to drill, hence why I have proudly produced these in Sweden. So it's PVC plastic 3mm thick, and we have 3M tape on both sides, and my idea is that I would then attach these instead here and here, and then obviously we're removing the backing tape on the other side when we are ready to install. We will tape this into place instead of drilling. And also, as you can see, I have put some 3M tape here in the back as well, just to connect it to the car here on the rear end of the rocker panel as well. So hopefully this will work out and we don't need to drill. If not, then I need to reconsider, but again, then I don't want to drill into the car. So that's the whole idea. And also pre-installed in the side skirt, as you can see, are 4 strips of tape. I'm not sure what type of tape this is, but we will reuse it. Hopefully it works. If not, then we will take it apart and then redo it. And one of the main reasons also not me wanting to drill is, for some reason, if this gets damaged and I want to remove it and I don't want to buy new side skirts, then I can just simply remove it. We only would have the holes in the plastic on the underside, which are not visible. Otherwise we would then have 2 holes there, obviously. So that is the intention of today's video, and also I will show you how I will install it. I will not fully use those drill templates, and I'll show you the reason for that as well. So with that said, let's get on with the installation. Before we continue with the installation, if you did find today's video informational, give it a thumbs up. Do leave your questions, comments down below in the comment section. And if you think I'm an idiot, or if you actually think it's a good approach that I'm showing today, let me know in the comment sections. And also do remember to subscribe for future content. And I'm not saying these things because I want to become rich or make more money. I promise you, if I would have been working 1 more hour every month at my regular job, it's more than what I make through YouTube. So that's that. It is more to give me motivation to do these type of videos if I see that you like them, and also if you do then subscribe to my channel, because I think 99% or so watching my videos are not subscribing. So that's that. With that said, let's head on with the installation. One of the main reasons I do not want to fully use the templates or the drill templates, that is due to this. I don't know why this is. It was the same on the other side. If you look, I can shift this. I don't know if this comes through in the video, but if I shift it fully forwards, you can see we have a gap here. If I shift it fully backwards, obviously we would get a gap here. And as you can see, I do have the tape, so it would be, I don't know, 5 millimeters or so with regards to the distance to the rocker panel. So what I did is I have taped the drill templates, but what I will do is push this as forward as I can, because this area then needs to attach to this part with tape, similar to here. And then this portion in the front needs to attach with a fastener or with a push pin then, and this is more workable than comparing it to have the gap in the back and not have that tape sitting on the rocker panel. So that is what I will be doing, and therefore I will just push this as much forward as I can, make the first hole, then I know where I need to do the rest of the holes, and that's the process I will follow. So I'll start with lining this up. Push it inwards as much as I can, and then line up with the first hole, which is here, and then take your hole punch or similar and mark where you need to drill, and we try to aim for the middle, obviously. Check twice. All looking good. Yes. So now we know where we need to drill here, and then once I have drilled this, we will put the jack nut in place, provisionally mounted with one of the hardware or one of the screws, and then we can continue doing the rest of the holes, so we know that everything will line up perfectly. Now I'll start making my hole. gently. There we have it. Now we put one screw in, and then we will use our jack nut tool There we go. Now I can mount this back portion, and then we can work our way forward, and we will know where to drill the rest of the 3 holes then and do a similar process to this. Now we have all the 4 jack nuts in place. We will provisionally mount this and see so that all looks good. If it does, then we'll prep the surface with an IPA, remove the backing tape on the 3M tape and so on, and then we are ready with the installation. It is now provisionally installed and it is looking great. We don't have any major gaps or similar. Back here where we'll have the tape solution instead of the fasteners, it's barely any distance that we need to tape as such, so that is a great thing. Next, I will then wipe the rocker panel with an IPA. The car has already been cleaned, but I will still use IPA just to be sure that the tape bonds properly. And then we are finished with the installation. But before we take the car out, I will put some tape over here just to hold it in place for X amount of hours, just to be sure that the tape bonds properly back here then. The packing tape has been removed on these 2 spots. I will just remove it slightly on these spots as well, so we can get to them and remove them fully, like so. And the 4th one. And then where do we have our hardware? It's over here. And now I will provisionally just hold it in place without, or trying not to attach the tape at all. It could be easier said than done, something like this. And then we put the hardware in where it needs to go. Now I will put pressure here and fasten down these screws on this side. The last thing we need to do is to install the supplied fastener. As you can see, this has a Phillips screw, so this twists and you push it in at the same time. And I have a very small screwdriver here. And hopefully we can get this working. It could be a little bit problematic depending on how you have done it. You might be able to twist your wheel, but I can't do that in my case. But here we just twist and push this in at the same time, and it should go in. Otherwise, I have other type of fasteners which we can use for this purpose. Let's see if we can get this to sit. There we go. Nice and clean. This is a 3-month update and everything is still nice and secure, as you can see, or hopefully comes through in the video. However, I need to mention that I haven't washed the car that many times. Obviously, that will have some impact on the 3M tape over a longer period of time. If I do get into some type of issue with this not adhering properly, what I will do is 3D print fasteners, which will then adhere to the rocker panel, but it will have a larger surface area for the tape to bond to. And then we will also on this side then use those pins which we have now removed and punch those into the 3D printed brackets or fasteners, we could say, which would then have a hole in them. But for now, everything is looking good. And that is that for today's video. If you did enjoy it, give it a thumbs up, and also do remember to subscribe. If you have any questions, comments, leave them down below. Maybe my t-shirt, I don't know, but I will see you on the next one.